All right, Shalom Israel. I'm gonna get started in just a second.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm always for life, nigga, this is blood. Now your mother ride, it go a class for you, my nigga. I'm 44 the rebel. The world turn its back on me. I'm a criminal. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you what. Don't pray for them, nothing in the curse. We can't forgive us for it. Remain in the trenches. Trust in the Lord, oh please forgive me for the times that I did on and bring us give me. Have your respect to your bring on. Be about your business, safe. This loyalty, the damn sins, look. Trying to pick up with a blind friend. They say they'll be many bitches. I'm just grinding for my time share. That was a grand fair. They hunt you like bad bell. But ain't no getting out the game that you munch. Or if you take that oath, it's a gun thief. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one place. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times. It is death to his partner. So how you feel about this truth, about this show? Say that like you think that nigga. I should walk now. Even your own people go this show. And I know I said they hate you for my name. That you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like doors get murder for capital knives. Murder at the Capitol. The world in the basement. We like fuck them raisins. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life. I don't know why. Come smoke, never try to quit. They dead, all my brother be the dead. It's all I know. In the phone, salute, I did salute. But they like, how you? I don't know. Be giving mercy. Yeah, I never do my niggas like Bishop did right here. Never mind, you don't believe something. They dead, all my Shorty say she leaving, say she wanted that love though. So I let that love go. But if I bring you to my bed,
That's a blood oath.
so how you feel about this truth, about this show? They say that like these niggas, I should walk. Even your own people go this show. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on.
All right, Shalom Israel. You know what I'm saying? It's another week. You understand? I'm Natazab Officer 500. Today is Wednesday night law class. You understand? We're going to continue to do this until Christ return. Make sure you like and subscribe to ISUBK Sacramento, ISUBK Oakland, or whatever region you in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to put your name, city, and state, wherever you checking in from. You understand? So we can mark you down for attendance. You understand? Simply liking the class and sharing it is not good enough for attendance. Make sure you put your name, city, and state. You understand? Because it's important. Shalom on Christ. I mean, shalom. Yahweh Shema Shabbat all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Thabah Shemi shout all the sisters. It's important that you put your name, city, and state, and you so you can get marked down for attendance. So you understand you can get that credit. You understand? Because it's important for you to come in here and get a name change and shed yourself from the world and become a new person. But you can't become a new person until you get a Hebrew name. You know what I'm saying? You do your 90 days, like just like the generals did, the captains did, the officers did, and you come in here and you become a new person. You understand? But today's topic is curses. You understand? We're gonna go over a little bit of Deuteronomy. You understand? And explain why the black community is the way it is. why black people want to be Christians and Muslims. You understand why we resort to killing each other in the streets? Why we resort to being whores and gangbangers? And why our community? Because you got to think about it. There is nobody else on this planet community is like Black, Hispanic, and Native American in this community. Like when you go to the Chinese community, they don't have liquor stores. They're not gangbanging, killing each other. And if they is, it's because they want to be like us. You understand? They don't. They feel like their culture is trash, so they want to try to emulate Black people, Hispanic culture. You understand? But when you go to these other nations, communities, their community is not like ours, and that's why, like specifically for Black people, when we go to their communities, you understand, for some reason, you understand, we be like, damn, this is a totally different world over here. It look like I don't belong here. You understand? No matter what heathen community you go to, you understand? But you know why? Because they all have something. They all have what's the word? They all have a common interest. They all have a group self interest. You understand? Toward what that allows them to be on the same page. You understand? And that's something that the Black community and Hispanic community lacks. That's something that we don't have. We don't have a group self interest that keeps us on the same page. It keeps all of us in unison. You understand? Like you got some Black people that like to go to church. You like some Black people that like to go to the Muslim mosque. You understand? All Black people don't know their nationality. If you're not in the truth or don't know about the truth, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that can keep you on the same page. Like you ask one Black person what his nationality is, that nigga he gonna be like, oh, I'm Black. You ask another one, he gonna say I'm African American. You understand? You ask another one, he gonna tell you he Baptist. You ask this one, he gonna tell you he a Moor or he a Christian. And none of those are nationalities. You understand? But we have to have a group self interest that keep us on the same page. And one of the things, one of the reasons why our community is the way it is, because for one, we don't know who the hell we are. We don't know, so we try to adapt ourselves, and we try to latch on to any culture that we think makes sense to us. You understand? That's why we think that we Christians and we Muslims and we come from Egypt. You understand? And all these different things, and that's another reason why we think we got a close tie to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We got a close tie to Egypt because we was a slave in that kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's why we feel like we belong to something over there, because we were slaves to the Egyptians. Yeah, we damn right. We had something to do with Egypt being built. You understand? But we built it as slaves. We wasn't the ones that was in control. You understand? But when you lack who you are and you lack an identity, you'll try to latch on to everybody else's identity. And that's what, like I said, that's one of the reasons why Black people are destroyed here in America. That's one of the reasons why we suffer the oppression that we suffer. You understand? And a lot of it got to do with your oppressor. It was he made it to where you forgot who your nationality, like your oppressor. That's one reason why he got to get destroyed, and that's one reason why America gonna get destroyed, because Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, we were supposed to go into slavery. But I'm saying this is about to fall. Be careful. We were supposed to go into slavery for disobeying the Lord. You understand? The Lord was supposed to punish us for disobeying Him. You understand? And trying to live an alternative lifestyle, but it was certain things that your oppressor, it was certain things that your oppressor wasn't supposed to do. He wasn't supposed to make you an African American and take your nationality from you. He wasn't supposed to put you in the ghetto. You understand? He wasn't supposed to turn your woman against you. He wasn't supposed to make your children into drug addicts and homosexuals. He wasn't supposed to do none of those things. He was supposed to conquer us though. But it was certain things that he wasn't allowed to do during our captivity, and he did those things, and that's why he got to be destroyed. So I'm not saying that it's all on us. A lot of a reason why we don't know who we are, and a lot of reason why we under these curses, is because your oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man, and he made it so. You understand? So we gonna get a few scriptures right quick. You understand? But the self interest that we supposed to have, and the foundation that we supposed to build on as Black people, and the solution to all Black people problems in the community, no matter what it is you're going through. Because this is what you got to understand. No matter what it is you're going through, you know what I'm saying? It's recorded in this Bible. No matter what it is you're going through, it's recorded in this Bible, in its laws and its commandments, showing us how to conduct ourselves to any situation. You understand? And we got to understand that this is our group self-interest right here. Knowing that this book belongs to us. You understand? We got to keep the laws that's written in it because these laws stem from God. You understand? You can't think that a white man wrote this book or none of that. Like, yo, this is the thing. Like, your oppressor, like, he's so evil. He took our Constitution, he took our records, he took our history, and he made a religious book for mankind. That's what your oppressor did. He took our records and our history. He took black people history and he made it a religious book for all mankind. You understand? So now in return, we try to distance ourselves from this book and we try to latch on to every other culture trying to find ourselves. When really only thing we got to do is let go of Christianity. Let go of religion as a whole. You understand? That's all we got to do. Let go of the ways of your oppressor. That's all we got to do. You understand? And try to find your own identity in this Bible, man. You understand? Because there's 12 tribes, and if you were so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you descend from these tribes. You descend from these tribes. You understand? So we gonna get a few scriptures right quick. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy. You understand? We're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Salakia. Salakia. All right, we're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. All right, let me see. Matter of fact, we're gonna start at 5. Salakia. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. He said, you know what? I have taught you statutes and judgments because this is what the Lord commanded me to do. And you know why Moses taught us statutes and judgments? You understand? Because everything that Moses, the Lord told us not to do, from shaving our hair, shaving our beard, from putting tattoos on our body. You know what I'm saying? From sagging, from wearing women's clothes and women wearing men clothes. You understand? To eating unclean animals. To every single thing that smoking weed, doing drugs, selling drugs. Every law in this Bible that the Lord told us to obey and to keep. These were all the things that the Egyptians was doing. You understand? Like it was grown men, the kings in Egypt, shaving the hair off all their body because they don't like hair on them and putting makeup on. They down there wearing little skirt looking things. You understand? You had some women that rose to be pharaoh that wore men's clothing. You understand? They was doing drugs. Yes, they was homosexual. Everything that the Lord told us not to do, leaving Egypt, He told us not to do those things because the Egyptians was doing those things, and He wanted to give us something that separated us from all the other nations. Because Egypt had a lot of influence on other nations, and a lot of other nations had a lot of influence on Egypt. They all adopted each other's culture. So the Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments and judgments to separate us from everybody else, to make us different. You understand? So that's why we got laws against homosexuality. That's why we got laws against being a lesbian, being a transgender. You understand? Selling drugs and doing drugs. We got laws against those, but guess what? These other nations, they don't have laws against that. You understand? You can go to the Middle East right now. You know what I'm saying? And they homosexuals. You understand? You can go to Jerusalem. You understand? Which is our city, which is Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian city, man. You understand? You can go to the Middle East, wherever we resided at, and guess what? They homosexuals over there. They women is lesbians. They women allowed to go to war. You understand? People over there shaving their beard. And you can, not even in the Middle East, you can go anywhere on the earth, and there's nobody keeping God's laws. You know why? Because they wasn't given to them. God's laws was only given to Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians to separate us from everybody else. You understand? So we won't try to latch onto their culture. You understand? But what did He say? He said, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me. You know what I'm saying? And He taught us statutes and judgments because the Lord commanded Him to. And it's not like we didn't have these laws, statutes, and commandments, you understand, before Moses. You understand? It's just that at this time we became a nation. You understand? We became a nation of people. You understand? We became we started to establish a government. You understand? And when you establish anything, you know what I'm saying, it needs to be written in paper. You understand? So with Moses, it was just that Moses wrote the laws down, but we been had these laws. We had these laws all the way from the time of Adam. You understand? Except with Adam, it was just something that he handed down to his children, and his children handed it down to his children. That's how we passed our culture on, by just handing it down through word of mouth. You understand? But after we left Egypt and got into slavery, and we became a nation, and we started to establish a government, we wrote it. We wrote our laws, statutes, and commandments down. You understand? We wrote our laws down. You understand? Just like when America was built, you know what I'm saying, they had to write their constitution down. You understand? That's what they did. That's the same thing we did when we left Egypt and we became a sovereign people, and had our own government away from all these other nations. You understand? So yeah, so we already had the law before Moses. It's just that Moses wrote it down. You understand? And it said that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. And he said, man, the Lord commanded me to give you these laws, statutes, and commandments. And he said, you shall keep all these laws, statutes, and commandments that in the land that the Lord, that God, gonna send you to. You know what I'm saying? The land that you're gonna conquer, you're supposed to still keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sights of the nations. He said, this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sights of the nations. Meaning that other nations supposed to see that you keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments, that you keeping your own culture, your own you know what I'm saying, your own way of life. And you're not trying to be like everybody else, and they're supposed to see like, man, you know what, this is a wise and understanding people. Damn, these are wise people. You mean to tell me that nobody wants to be like your oppressor? Nobody wants to shave their beard off? No, we got laws against shaving your beard. Then you mean to tell me nobody's a homosexual? No, we got laws against being homosexual. So nobody in your whole nation, nobody in your nation eats pork. No, we got laws against eat pork and eat shrimp, crab, lobster too. And the other nation's supposed to see that we all on one accord like that. You understand? And how we value the Lord's word. And they're supposed to be like, damn, you know what? That is a wise and understanding people. You understand? And we need that group self-interest is what keep Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians intact. You understand? That's what helps us flourish. That's what puts us above every other nation on this planet. You understand? But if we don't have that self-interest, then guess what? Now what the scriptures say, a divided house can't stand. You understand? So decide to be Muslims. He gonna decide to be a Christian. She gonna decide to be a homosexual. She don't want a husband. You understand? He gonna decide that he want to be. We gonna be destroyed. We gonna be exactly what America has plotted against us to be. You understand? We gonna be exactly what they conspired of us to be. You understand? Well, we are in America. But what it say? It say, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding. He said, if you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, this is your wisdom and your understanding. You understand? Because it's wise not to be a drug dealer. You understand? It's wise not to smoke cigarettes. You understand? That's a wise thing to do. It tell you on the goddamn box cause cancer. You understand? It's wise for you to see that and be like, you know what? I don't want to die young. You understand? I don't want to give my kids secondhand smoke. It's wise for you to do that. You understand? It's wise for you not to want to be a homosexual. Or you catch AIDS, that's a blood disease. You die, you get skinny, get sores all on your body. You know what? I'm not going to be a homosexual. It's wisdom in that. You understand? It's wisdom in not having an orgy with two women sleeping with each other. It's wisdom in not eating pork. You understand? Because there's not no level of degree to where you can cook pork and it can kill the bacteria. No, you can cook pork at 1,000 degrees. You understand? And guess what? It's still gonna be bacteria in it. So it's wisdom not to eat that bacteria. You understand? No matter how good, no matter how much it smell, it's wisdom in not eating shrimp, crab, lobster. You understand? It's wisdom in that. Because when you eat that, you know what I'm saying, they eat dead animals. So guess what you're gonna do? When they eat that dead animal, and that animal got a fungus or a disease, you gonna eat that shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork, and you gonna catch that disease. And then on top of that, you destroying the ocean. And you wonder why the ocean is all out of order right now, because you eating the things that's supposed to clean the ocean. You ain't supposed to eat it. So it's wisdom in that. God is wisdom in keeping God's laws, man. You understand? It's wisdom in that. It said, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sights of the nations. Man, the other nations supposed to see we keeping these laws, and they supposed to be like, they supposed to observe us from a distance and be like, you know what, they wise. You understand? They got some wisdom about them, how they carry themselves. They got a little bit of knowledge over there, but guess what? They're not doing that right now. These other nations not looking at Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians as a wise and understanding people. They're not looking at us like that. You know what I'm saying? You know how I know? Because it's a China store in every Black community. It's an Arab tobacco store, and look, first off, it's a Chinese in Black community selling us chicken, and God know what else the hell they selling us. Because in Isaiah it said that we eat a mouse. And Isaiah said we eat mice. Who the hell we get mice from? Them damn Chinese. You understand? These other nations ain't looking at us as people that got knowledge and wisdom because they know they are able to come over here and sell us chicken and they don't even eat fried chicken. That's Black people food. Fried chicken is in the Bible. It's in Leviticus. That's Black people food. You know what I'm saying? The Arab man, he know that we don't got no wisdom and knowledge because he able to come over here in every Black community throughout the United States of America. You understand? He know he's able to come over here and set up a tobacco store. And on the box that say cause cancer, he know we still gonna accept that and we gonna smoke it. You know what I'm saying? And he in there selling porn, tobacco, liquor, everything. And this is in everybody's community. You know what I'm saying? Tell me if I'm lying. Correct me if I'm lying. You understand? But these other nations, they know we're not wise right now. You understand? They know that we don't have no understanding right now. Because guess what? They have knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Let you try to open a tobacco store in the Arab community, a cigarette store. Man, they down there gonna protest and bomb you. They're gonna do all type of stuff to where you don't even want to be in their community. And they for sure damn there, they for sure ain't gonna buy nothing from you. That's what they not gonna do. You understand? And that's like that with every heathen nation, man. But guess what? They know that they able to come to our community and they know that they able to thrive off of Black people. You understand? It's bad enough that we stay in the ghetto and we gotta work 8 hours a week. I mean, sucks like it. We gotta work 60 to 80 hours a week. You understand? Gotta take care of our kids, hire babysitters, take them to school. I'm saying put food on the table, work 80 hours a week, 60 hours a week. You understand? And then we buying food from y'all, destroying ourselves. Like this is the thing with the other nations. Like they put stores in our community that affect Black people. Like for instance, like Dunkin' Donuts and you know what I'm saying, Yum Yum Donuts, whatever they like the Arab man, he'd come over here, he'd open up a donut business. You know what I'm saying? Every work you go to work, you gotta go to work every morning at 6 o'clock. So you can stop at this donut joint and you get donuts every single day. And then 10 years down the line, you know what I'm saying, they say you got high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? From eating all this too much sugar and drinking too much. You understand? You stop at this dude's store, get donuts, liquor, tobacco every single day for 10 years. You understand? And then next thing you know, you go see the doctor, and they say that you got high blood pressure. You need to slow down, and you need to take high blood pressure pills and all these different things. But with that same money that you giving him, he taking that money and he's sending his son to college to be the doctor. So then 10 years from now, when you go see the doctor, you know what I'm saying, you going to see his damn son. When his dad was the reason why you even got to go to the doctor in the first place, because he's selling you stuff that you shouldn't even be eating. He's selling you hella processed foods. He's selling you pork every single day. You know what I'm saying? He take that same money that he get from everybody in the Black community, and he sent his sons and his daughters to college to be doctors. And then as soon as we got a problem, we got to go see his children, you understand, at the damn hospital, and then they diagnosing us with problems. You see how that, but that's what all these nations do. But you think why you think that the Arab man is all of them is doctors and the Chinese man is doctors and forensic scientists and they all these different things. They was able to do that off moving into America and taking advantage of Black people in our community, man. Every nation was able to do that. They was able to eat off of Black people, man. And guess what? Your oppressor allowed it. You understand? All these other nations, they don't give a damn about Black people. And that's why we got to come back to keeping God's laws. You know what I'm saying? Come back to having knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way you're going to have that is if you keep these laws. You know what I'm saying? Because we was wise. We wasn't going to eat at the Chinese man restaurant. We wouldn't go eat or accept anything from the Chinese man. You understand? For one, they're selling us damn mice on a low. You know what I'm saying? Well, they open up nail salons. They beat the hell out of our sisters when they go in there. A sister will be like, man, nah, I with your job when you didn't do your job right on my nails. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna pay you, or you could just take these off, or you so you can do them over or something. But I ain't feeling this. This is a rush job. I ain't feeling this, and they will beat the hell out of her in that damn store in that damn nail salon. You understand that? Beat the hell, call the police, beat the hell out of her until the police come and then say she stole, and then she gonna go to jail. And this didn't happen all in the Bronx. This happened all in Stockton. This happened in so many in our communities. But if we had wisdom, we wouldn't go to them to get our nails done. We wouldn't go to their laundromats. We wouldn't go to their Chinese food. We wouldn't do none of that because we know when they taking our money and they sending their kids to college, they sending it back to their country, and they able to benefit off of this. They're not putting that our money back into our community. And that's the thing. Every other nation, you understand, they wait for opportunity for some money to come up from black people, and they just fight for it. They fight for it. And they take that money and they throw it to their family. They throw it to their businesses and put their kids in college. And meanwhile, we getting stripped. You understand? We getting stripped from all our resources, all our money, and all that, man. We getting stripped for it. When really our money should be going, the money that we spend should be going back into our community to keep building it. And that's how we was able to build Black Wall Street. Like we was able to build Black Wall Street, you understand, by being self-sufficient. You understand? Like during Black Wall Street, it took $1, you know what I'm saying, over a year just to leave the black community and touch another race's hand. It took 1 year just for $1 to leave the community and touch a white man's hand or touch an Asian man's hand or an Arab man. It took over a year. Now, guess how long it take for $1 to leave our hand and touch another nation's hand now? It take 15 seconds. It take 15 seconds. As soon as you get that stimulus, guess where it's going? Guess where it's going? It's going straight to tobacco. It's going straight to weed. It's going straight to liquor. It's going straight to the Chinese man, the Arab man. It's going to the Iranian. It's going to all these different nations, man. And guess what? You would never see that dollar again. You would never see that money again. You understand? And meanwhile, they taking that money and they keep it in their community. It's not wise for us to keep thinking that how we living right now is the solution. You understand? It's not wise for us to be selfish and think that I only matter. I gotta worry about myself. You know what I'm saying? And then we all just think like that. That affects the black community. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be thinking as a nation, because guess what? That's how these other nations think. They think when it come to thriving and surviving in America and becoming rich, you understand, and making your kids not have to work a day in their life. They know that they have to come together and be on one accord. They have to have a group self interest, and that's why right by my house right now, you could I'll be driving up the street. We got a few big parks out here in Sacramento, and I'll be driving through the neighborhood, and I see at that park all the people that's from Arabia. They all from the whole neighborhood. It'll be literally like almost like 100 of them up there, or Arabs, whatever the hell they is. They'll all go to the park and they'll be up there playing volleyball, playing soccer with each other. You understand? And they just shooting the breeze, just talking. You understand? But to us, it looked like they just playing sports. No, they ain't doing that. They coming up with new solutions and new ways to send their kids to college. They said they come up with new solutions and new ways to get more money out of the black community. How to put more tax on bread and food and water and liquor. You understand? Because they know that every cent count. You understand? And they want that. So it's not wise for us to keep trying to be like individualism. That kills a nation. That kills nation building. Looking at yourself as an individual. Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, man, we a nation, man. You understand? We a nation. And that's how we supposed to start looking at it. That's our wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I said, and what it say? We shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Like these other nations, they supposed to hear all these statutes and these laws, statutes, and commandments that we're keeping. They supposed to hear our culture and see how our culture benefits us, and they supposed to be like, you know what? That's a wise and understanding nation right there. These niggas is wise. You understand? We try to go over there and set up and try to buy a store over there in the black community. You understand? They said that ain't nobody in this community gonna buy from you. You understand? So we bought down there, bought the property for no reason. We had to sell it. We just bought it. We had to sell the property because they don't even want us in their neighborhood. You understand? That they supposed to see that we wise from doing stuff like that. They supposed to see that if they is able to set up a store in our community, they supposed to see that you know what? Don't nobody over here eat shrimp, crab, lobster. Don't none of these niggas eat shrimp, crab, lobster. Don't none of these niggas smoke weed, smoke tobacco, cigarettes, none of that. I can't make no money with my store being in this community. I gotta move it somewhere else. And then guess where they gonna move to? They gonna move it to the white man neighborhood because he loves those things. You understand? But Black, Hispanic, Native American, if we come back to keeping God's laws and hate what the Lord hate, then we gonna hate that Arab man in our store trying to sell us shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. And not only we gonna hate it, it ain't gonna make no sense for him to be in our neighborhood because he's not gonna get no money because we don't eat and we don't do those things. But right now, all these other nations are able to flourish because they know that we don't keep God's laws. You understand? They know that we are lawless people. We do whatever the hell we want to. So they know in return they can sell us and give us whatever the hell they want. And nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to put up an uproar because we don't have no laws against none of the shit that we like it. None of the things that we do. But we had laws against the things that we do. You understand? We would carry ourselves totally different. And on top of that, we know if we really kept God's laws and we had laws about the things that we do, you understand? We know when there's a law, it's a punishment that comes from that law. You understand? Like if you drive without a seatbelt, it's a penalty that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? The police might pull you over and give you a ticket. You understand? You might gotta get a $400 ticket. You understand? Because you don't want to ride with no seatbelt. You understand? And if we held everybody to that esteem, you understand? We wouldn't have our community the way it is right now. It wouldn't be in shambles the way it is. We'd be like, oh, who they eat? They sell the Arabs moved in here. They selling pork. Oh yeah, okay. They already know how we get out. They know we don't eat pork. And then we find a brother up there eating pork. You understand? In the kingdom, it's gonna be, hey man, who ate pork? You getting put to death. You understand? You getting put, but we not in the kingdom right now, so you can't just put somebody to death. But you got a grace period. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait for people to change, man. You understand? But we supposed to be like, nigga, right now, somebody eating pork, we supposed to tell our brother and sister, hey man, look, check it out, bro. We got laws against eating pork. You cannot eat that, sis. Hey, brother. I don't even know why you would want to eat that. Yeah, I know you said it tastes good and all that. You understand? You ain't never tried lamb? You ain't never tried ram, goat? You ain't never tried something else. But God don't want us eating pork. You're a Christian, right? You supposed to be a Christian, right? Yeah, I'm a Christian. But God said, man, look it, God don't want you eating pork, man. That's against God's laws. You understand? And if you keep eating pork, just tell them the judgment that come with that. Tell them the penalty that come with eating pork. Since you can't get put to death because we not the kingdom, man, you going to catch some disease. You know what I'm saying? You're going to catch high blood pressure. You're going to catch something, man, to where you got to take a shot every single day. You got to pop pills. You wonder why grandma she got this little skinny thing, and it's about 8 pills in each one for Monday. This one for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way down to every day of her life. She got to take about eight pills every single day. You know what I'm saying? You know where that comes from? That comes from eating the wrong things. That comes from smoking the wrong thing. That comes from doing drugs. That's where it comes from. You understand? So black people right now, they think because they ain't got punished for eating pork yet or smoking weed and man, you're going to be just like grandma. You're going to have a little briefcase with hella pills in it that you're going to have to pop every single day because you in pain or you can't see and your legs hurt. You understand? You ever went to church and see them black women? You understand? They damn ankles so goddamn big, Salakia. Ankles stupid big. You understand? That comes from eating pork. Nigga, you've been eating pork for 40, 50 years. You understand? And then you still walk around with a damn fan with a big ass hat, Salaki and a big hat, fan and come on some praise God, praise God. Man, the Lord punishing you right now. Your ankles hella big. You understand? That comes from eating the wrong things, but it's not wisdom in that. You're supposed to look at the people that came before you and see how their life is in shambles. You understand? From disobeying God's laws, and that's supposed to be an example for you. Be like, oh, hell no, I'm not. Hell no, grandma, look at your ankles. That comes from eating pork. I'm not gonna be eating pork. You understand? Why your body be getting swollen up like that? You eating the wrong things. You understand? You need to start eating some lawful things, but you eating the wrong things. But that's supposed to be our wisdom, man. And guess what? Other nations supposed to see that we wise like that, and they would know to just stay out of our community. They had no, just stay the hell out them niggas community. You ain't gonna make no money over there. You ain't gonna be able to send your kids to college off black people. Not over there. They keep God's laws. You understand? Those people over there, they extremists. You understand? That's how it's supposed to be, man. You understand? Verse 7, it said, "For what nation is there so great who have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for?" You understand? And they're supposed to be like, what nation is so great? They're supposed to see we keeping God's laws, and they're supposed to look at us as a great nation. You know what I'm saying? Like that nation over there, that's a great, you know how they look at the white man? They look at the white man as they look at America as a great nation because they scared they scared of the oppressor. They scared of the white man. You know what I'm saying? They know that the white man conquered black, Hispanic, Native American, and stole our land, took our culture, renamed us, gave us his culture, his identity. You know what I'm saying? And so they look at him as being great for it. You know what I'm saying? But they supposed to see us keeping God's law, and they supposed to be like, that makes them great. Not killing everybody and being like your oppressor. That don't make you great. You understand? And and then guess what? These other nations know that. Nigga, we've been trying to be like our oppressor for 400 years. We've been trying to be exactly like him, and guess what? They don't look at us as being great for doing that. Your oppressor, though, he conquered, raped, robbed, murdered everybody, stole this land, and all these nations look at America as a great place that you can live and you can thrive in. You understand? But they don't look at us as being great. We've been trying to be like them for the last 400 years. You know why? Because that's not what makes you great, man. You trying to be like your oppressor and keep his laws and all that, that don't make you great. Keeping your laws, your culture, your identity, you know what I'm saying? Your statues, that's what make you great. And guess what? All these other nations, if you do that, all these other nations will look at you as great. It says right here. It says right here. So if you wonder why other nations don't look at us as great, it's because we're not doing something right as a people. You understand? We got to stop looking at it. Stop thinking that Lord deal with everybody individually, man. The Lord don't deal with you individually. That's something that you learn in the church. Individualism kills nation building. You got to look at everybody as being a nation. You understand? So we all are not supposed to allow the same. We all on one accord. We should not allow homosexuality. We should not allow drug abuse. You know what I'm saying? We should not allow abortions. We should not allow you to shave your beard. We should not allow our women to be whores. It's just certain things we shouldn't allow as a nation. And we'll not only will we see the benefits, but we'll reap the benefits of that. You understand? Well, right now, these nations don't look at us as great because we're not doing what the Lord said, man. You understand? Verse 8. And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? And he said, and this is what Moses said. Moses said, and what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous and have this law? What nation is there that got? Because like I said, you can go to China and be a homosexual and eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. You can go to the Arab man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Arab, like this is the thing with Muslims and the Arab community. Like they want to be like black people so bad. They want to try to take our culture. You understand? And make that toilet paper Quran. You understand? But they couldn't copy it 100% because our books say that you can't eat not shrimp, crab, lobster, or pork. Theirs just say you can't eat pork. You understand? So guess what? You can go to there. You can go to the Arab community and the Arab cities and all that, and you can eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You can eat oysters and clams. You can eat all that and be a homosexual. You can go to the Chinese community to do that, the Arab community, the white man community, the African man community. You can go to every single community on this planet, every people on this planet, and do exactly what you're doing in America. You understand? But guess what? They don't have these laws. That's what Moses said. He said, and what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law? Don't no nation got these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't no nation have these laws, statutes, and commandments that prohibits you to prohibits you to be to live a certain way. You know what I'm saying? To live unlawful. Don't none of these nations got what we have, man. And this is what makes us great. You understand? This is what makes us great. Not only great, this is what separates us from everybody on the planet. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're going to look at you great, because they're going to look at their community and they're going to look at yours and they're going to be like, damn, nigga, we ain't nothing like them. You understand? We ain't nothing like them. That's how nigga. That's Salaki, if I may. That's how nigga Islam was down there started. You understand? That's literally how Islam was started. Salakia. Salakia. Nigga, that's how Islam was started. Man, look at Muhammad, the one who started Islam. He was a illiterate camel junkie. You understand? Like this nigga just basically in modern day, he would be a dumb Arab that don't know how to read or write and just drive taxis all day. That's what he was doing. He was illiterate. He was a camel junkie, and what he used to do is he used to pick up all these different people. You understand? And he used to mainly pick up Israelites. You understand? He used to pick up black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. He used to pick us up and he used to ask us a gang of questions, about God. Because at this time, the Arabs, they worship they had 365 different gods. They had a different god for each day, damn near. You know what I'm saying? You know, Aladdin, the flying carpet, that was one of their gods. You know what I'm saying? The cobblestone, that was one of their gods. The genie in the lamp, that was one of their gods. You know what I'm saying? The wizard with the little hat on his head. But they had unlimited gods, bro. You understand? And what he did was he used to pick us up and he used to ask us questions about God because he seen how they was all over the place, how everybody worshiping a different God every single day. Everybody worshiping their whole nation. And he used to ask us about our God, and he was like, damn, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Look, right, this nigga was doing Uber. This nigga was a dumb Uber driver. This nigga couldn't read or write. You know what I'm saying? He damn near can't even type in a location where a nigga want to get picked up at. This nigga was an Uber driver. This nigga was, you know what I'm saying? And what this nigga used to do, he used to pick us up, nigga, and he used to ask us questions about God because he seen that we all worship, all black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, we worship one God. We didn't have 2, 3 different other gods and hundreds of different gods. We had one God that we all worship. And he seen the benefit in that. He seen that how we all was on the same page and how we all believed in the same thing. And he was like, you know what? That is smart. All y'all nation on the same page. You know what? I'm gonna implement that. I'm gonna implement that in my society. I'm gonna implement that among my people. And then that's where the Quran comes from. That's where Islam comes from. That's when he was like, you know, we all have to worship one God, like the Hebrews over there. You understand? That's why you gotta worship one God like the Hebrews, man. And guess what? Now we did discontinue from our heritage, and we not doing that. That's why you can ask a black person what's his nationality. Dog gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying, he black, he gonna tell you African American. You ask a third person, he gonna say he a Christian. You ask another one, he gonna say he Baptist. You ask this one, he gonna say he a Muslim. And you ask another one, he gonna say he a Moor. Ask this one, he gonna tell you he Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense, man. You not knowing who you are and not knowing what God you serve, that will destroy you. That will destroy a nation. You understand? But what it say? And it said, what nation is there so great to have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? You understand? Let me see. And it said, verse 9, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from the heart, depart from thine heart all the days of thy life, but teach them to thy sons and thy daughters. And guess what, man? We supposed to teach what we know about these laws, statutes, and commandments. We supposed to teach the things that we learned in the ISBK. We supposed to teach the things that we learned from Christ. We supposed to teach this to our sons and our daughters. We supposed to teach them about being slaves in Egypt. You understand? We supposed to teach them about every nation coming up against us. We supposed to teach them about the Lord's Moses parting the Red Sea. You understand? We supposed to teach them about how we conquered every nation and took the Middle East back and made that our homeland. And so we supposed to teach them about how we went into slavery for disobeying the Lord and worshiping other gods and eating what we wanted to eat, celebrating all these different holidays. We supposed to teach our kids these things so it won't be a what's it called? A generational curse. You understand? We got to teach our kids things so they can come from up under that generational curse, man. You know what I'm saying? Of living a lawless life. You know what I'm saying? So they won't be affected by it. But what it say? It said, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, unless they depart from thine heart all the days of thy life. But teach them to thy sons and thy daughters. And another reason why you're supposed to teach them to thy sons and your daughters, so you won't forget. So they won't depart from your heart. What is your heart? Your mind. You're supposed to remember what our ancestors went through, the good and the bad. You understand? How we established the kingdom and the nation, how that nation fell, how we went into slavery, how we had civil wars with each other, how we flourished when we kept God's laws. You're supposed to remember all that and tell it to your sons and tell it to your daughters, man. You understand? So they can live and conduct themselves according to our culture. You understand? Because guess what? If you don't tell your kids your culture, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna pick up somebody else's culture. And that's what's going on in America. We done picked up the white man culture. And guess what? We reading his damn books. Now they calling the transatlantic slave trade the transatlantic migration. Like niggas just came over here willingly and did. We just hopped on some boats ourselves and just there go America. Put us in slavery now. Like, nah, niggas ain't no might. And they might migrate over here. So we got brought here on slave ships. Native American Indians, they got brought to Europe on slave ships. You understand? But guess what? When you don't hand this down to your children, they ain't gonna be forced. They ain't gonna have no other option but to pick up somebody else's culture. It's somebody else's identity. You understand? And that's why it's so important, man. That's why it's so important. You understand? They say, all right. So we're gonna drop that. And then we're gonna go to let me see. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:1. Yeah, we're gonna drop a little bit. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Now we're gonna get into these curses right quick. We go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. All right, Deuteronomy 28:1. So yeah. All right. All right, matter of fact, start at 27:1. Salakia. And it said, Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So this is Moses with the elders of the people. And you know what I'm saying, telling the people, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. You know what I'm saying? The elders of our people ain't telling us that. The elders of our people are the NAACP, Creflo Dollar, you know what I'm saying? TD Jakes, your Christian pastor, your Muslim imam. Those are the elders of our people. And guess what? They're not telling us to keep these laws. I'm going to read it again. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. And guess what? He said, keep all the commandments, Salakia, which I command you this day. Man, the people that's ruling over black people, they're not telling us to keep these commandments, man. They're not telling us to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. In fact, they're telling us that the law, statutes, and commandments is done. You understand? You don't have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You can be a homo. You understand? You can be a bull dagger or a lesbian. You can smoke weed. You can sell drugs. You can sleep with somebody else's wife. You understand? You can do whatever the hell you want. You can rob people. You can murder. You can do whatever the hell you want to. The laws are done away with. That's what we've been taught in 2021. You understand? We in 2021, this literally is what Christian pastors is telling you and teaching you. And guess what? You look on the internet and you see how much these dudes is worth, TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar. You understand? These dudes is worth millions of dollars, man. They get millions of dollars to teach a lie. You understand? They get millions of dollars for you to leave your culture and pick up somebody else's culture. They get $1 million. They get millions of dollars teaching you how to do that. And then on top of that, they teach you how you can almost flourish and be just like them doing it. You understand? And then they come to church in these big nice suits, and you understand, with these $500,000 cars and $300,000 cars and all that. You understand? And then you look at the congregation, everybody driving a Pinto, everybody driving a bucket, and nobody questions like, damn, what the hell are we really doing here? You understand? Nobody questions that. Like they get millions of dollars in PPP loan. They don't got to pay taxes or none of that. And you look at their congregation, everybody dirt poor in the congregation. You understand? And nobody question that. And then this news can come out, and guess what people gonna do? They gonna pay more money. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be like, damn, yeah, that's my pastor right there. That nigga got 400 PPP loan. You know what I'm saying? 400,000. Yeah, damn right. That's my pastor right there. That nigga drive a Lamborghini. That's my pastor. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that nigga bought his wife a Bentley truck. That's my over there on 14th. Yeah, that's my pastor. Like it make people want to go to this nigga church and give him more money. It don't make no sense, man. And he's telling you to do the exact opposite of God, what God wants you to do. You understand? It is just ridiculous, man. What it say in Deuteronomy 27:1? And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. Guess what? The elders in ISUBK, Commander Junior Hunter, the generals, the captains, guess what? They doing what Moses told the children of Israel to do. They teach and they teaching us to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Because but before I came to the ISUBK, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. And guess what? Nobody on this planet ever told me to. You understand? Nobody in there. My family was happy when I came home from tying somebody up and robbing them. You understand? They was happy that somebody tried to shoot at me and I killed them because he tried to shoot at me and I'm still alive. They was happy that I was a gang member. They was happy that I celebrated Christmas. You know what I'm saying? They was happy that I gave my grandma no stuff on Mother's Day. They was happy that I was disgusting, man. They was happy that I was an unlawful person. I was an evil man. They was happy about nobody ever told me to keep God's law. I only heard that coming into the ISUBK. I only heard that you can't come as you are and do the things that you're doing. I literally only heard this. There's 7 billion people on earth. I ain't heard this from nobody but ISUBK. And guess what? My life been a hell of a lot better. You understand? My life been a hell of a lot better, man. You understand? But guess what? Our elders are teaching this. The people that you look up to, they're not teaching you this. They're not teaching you to keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. They're not teaching you to follow Christ. You understand? They're teaching you something else. He said, so I'm going to drop that, and we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28:1. So now we're going to get into what's going to happen if you do keep the God's law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations. You see that? He said, and if it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, meaning do everything that the Lord told you to do. This was going to happen if you do everything the Lord told you to do, and you keep all these laws, statutes, and commandments. This what's going to happen. The Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. I thought racism wasn't in the Bible. I thought the Lord wasn't racist. He said he's going to set us up. I thought every man was equal. I thought we all equal, man. We all sit side by side. That's not what God said. He said he gonna put us on high above all nations, not equal to. He said we keep his law, statutes, and commandments. We gonna be above all nations, man. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? We above all nations. Guess what? They're second class citizens. You understand? They're the middle class. They're the poor. You understand? That's what's gonna happen if we keep all these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. The Lord gonna put us above every single nation. Because guess what? The Lord know he's smarter than us. He ain't like us. The Lord know if we all equal and we all supposed to be equal, he know that the Lord know that can never happen. He knows somebody got to be at the top and somebody got to be at the bottom. You understand? Somebody got to be making the laws and somebody got to be abiding by the law. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can never be equal, man. Somebody got to be at the top and somebody got to be at the bottom. Somebody got to be the head and somebody got to be the tail. That's just how it is. And guess what the Lord know? The Lord know that if you ain't keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, you going to be at the bottom. You going to be the tail. That's what he understands. And that's why he said, if you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, I'm going to put you above every nation. No nation is going to be above you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, no nation is going to be able to write out laws and you understand, and what is it called? Constitutions saying that you 3/4 of a man. No man gonna be able to write laws saying that yeah, you can be a homosexual. You can smoke vape pens as long as you're 21 and 18. You can smoke weed and smoke and as long as you got a cannabis card. You know what I'm saying? No nation gonna be above you making those laws. You know what I'm saying? Because those laws that they make, they affect the black community. They affect the Hispanic community. Guess what? But when you keep God's laws, no nation gonna be above you making those laws. You gonna be the one making the law. You know what I'm saying? Saying, hey man, you can't eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. Nobody on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna get put to death. Hey man, you can't be a homosexual. Nobody on this planet. You gonna get put to death. You know what I'm saying? You can't sleep, or you can't have an interracial marriage. Nobody on this planet, you're gonna get put to death. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Oh well, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know if other nations. I think if I'm not mistaken, other nations they can be in interracial marriages, just not us. You understand? But whatever laws that the Lord wants us to keep, these other nations still not gonna be able to live an unlawful life. You're not gonna be able to just murder somebody. You ain't gonna be able to just rob somebody. You can't do those type of things, man. When we find out, we're gonna put the devil. It's gonna be the law of this Bible right here that you see. That's in every Christian church. That's in every grandma house. This ain't just gonna be no words that you just go to and listen to on Sunday. This is gonna be a way of life. I mean, this already is a way of life for Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians in the ISUBK. But this is going to be the way of life throughout the whole earth for everybody. You understand? Ain't nobody gonna be able to dress like a whore. You ain't gonna be able to sleep with a whore. There ain't gonna be no prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no drug abuse. None of that gonna be going on. You understand? Because it's gonna be the law of the land. So if you find out just like you in this land right now, you in this captivity. You know what I'm saying? Your oppressor, the white man, find out that you breaking these laws. Guess what he gonna do? Or you rob somebody, or you burglarize somebody's house, you gonna get put in jail. You know what I'm saying? It's a anytime there's a law, it's a punishment, it's a judgment, and a penalty that comes with that law. You understand? That comes with that law. So that's what we gotta understand. Let me see. But it said, the Lord said, and I will set thee on high above all nations. So that's what's gonna happen if we keep God's commandments, man. Salakia. Right now, we're not set on high above all the nations. So why is that? We're not set on high because we're not keeping God's laws. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, like, why the hell, I know I'm an Israelite, and the Lord said if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we're going to be above all nations, then why are we under all nations? You know what I'm saying? Why are we in the ghetto? Why are we suffering the way we suffering? You understand? Because your elders didn't tell you to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Your elders not teaching you that you're an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling you that you obligated. You don't have a choice but to keep these laws. They ain't teaching you that. You understand? So let's drop that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 20:15. And this is what's going to happen if you decide not to. We got what's going to happen if you decide to keep the law. We're going to be above every nation on this planet. You understand? We're going to be the rich. So this verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. So this is what's going to happen when you decide that you want to live an alternative lifestyle. You want to do whatever the hell you want to do. This is what's going to happen. That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. He said, if you decide that you don't want to do what the Lord said, guess what? All these curses going to come upon you and overtake you. You understand? All these curses. And that's why the Black community and the Hispanic community is the way it is right now. Well, our community has been overtaken with drugs. Our community has been overtaken with homosexuality. Our community has been overtaken with abortions, with gang violence, with prostitution. You understand? With drug abuse. You understand? Our community has been overtaken with all these things. And guess what? All those things I just named are curses from the Most High. Because we decided that we didn't want to be above every nation. We decided that we wanted to live according to how our oppressor live, or according to whatever makes us happy. You understand? But the Lord said you're supposed to keep my laws, statutes, and commandments forever. And you're supposed to pass this down through your generations to your children. And if you do that, I'll put you on high above all nations. And so this is the stipulation if we don't do that. But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not. This is what's going to happen if you don't. hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And our community is the way it is. All these curses have came upon us and overtaken us, just like Moses said it was going to happen. Like we living it now. They said now you know how it feels and how to live to be a second class citizen and be put yourself under other nations. Now you know how. Do you like it? You shouldn't like it. I know. I can't wait till Christ return. I hate it here. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little bad kid, he get mad because he can't do everything he want to do at the house, and he run up to his room like, I hate this house. I hate it here. That's how I feel every day. You understand? You know why? Because this ain't even my house. America ain't my house. I've been in. You know what I'm saying? ISBK, we've been in separated. You know what I'm saying? Ourselves from this kingdom because we don't want to partake in our sins like the scriptures say. This ain't even my house. So you can just imagine how I feel. Imagine how we feel in ISBK. You understand? I can't wait for this place to be destroyed. You understand? But it's our fault that it happened like this. You understand? It's our fault because the Lord gave us a chance. He gave us he said, man, look, you can do what I said, or you don't have to though. And that's what we tell brothers all the time. Hey man, what we do in ISBK, everybody can't do this. You understand? It ain't for everybody because if everybody was able to do this, everybody would be doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It look easy like niggas just sitting down and teach class. And it's not easy what we do, man. And then to be dedicated and never losing focus and staying diligent and wanting to do this every day you wake up, it ain't easy, man. Especially when you got temptations out there in the world. Especially when you fighting demons every day from wanting to go back and smoking weed, wanting to go sleep with whores, wanting to, you know what I'm saying, do hard drugs, you understand, wanting to gang bang, wanting to eat pork, wanting to get lineups, wanting to celebrate Christmas, Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? You living in the kingdom where everybody around you is doing that, but you the only one that's not doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do what we do, man. You understand? It's very hard to do what we do. You understand? So yeah, let me see. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy 28:6. Oh yeah, matter of fact, I got another scripture. Yeah, drop down to 16. It said, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field." I said, Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. We cursed in the city. You understand? We cursed in the city. That's why the police pull you over just for being black. You understand? That's why you walk past somebody, another nation car, they hit their locks on you. You understand? That's why you can't even barbecue at the damn park without Karen pulling up and calling the police because you barbecuing. You understand? You can't do nothing in this kid. We cursed in our cities, man. You understand? You look at our cities, man. You go to Frisco, you go to downtown Sacramento, downtown Oakland. You understand? You see brothers down there on the corner with heroin needles in their arm, knocked out, with the damn belt still tied on their arm, high as hell. You understand? You got sisters walking around half naked, twerking every time they hear music, just hoping that somebody buys some box from them so they can support their drug habit. That's what's going on in our city right now. You understand? You got brothers riding through different neighborhoods looking for somebody to kill that got on the wrong color, or looking for somebody to kill. You understand that's on the wrong street. You understand? That's what's going on right now, man. It's ridiculous, man. You understand? Well, I say that to say that because we cursed in our city. You understand? You got brothers sleeping on other brothers' wives. You got their wives cheating on them to go sleep with somebody else. You got sisters committing abortions. You understand? Because their mom and them then peer pressure her saying she got to go to college. It's so much that go on in the black community, man. It's ridiculous. But guess what? We cursed in our city, not just in our community, in our city, man. It said, It said, it's like, and cursed shall thou be in the field. You know what I'm saying? And we cursed in the field. That's why Hispanics out there picking tomatoes and carrots and fruits and lettuce. They out there spending 12 hours a day from literally sun up to sundown, and they probably make about $20 a day or something. You understand? That's you cursed in the field, man. You understand? And on top of that, during slavery, we had to pick cotton. You understand? 500 pounds of cotton a day. And if you miss your quote, you get 20 lashes. You get 50 lashes on your back. You understand? They had to pick that cotton, and it was free labor. They didn't have to pay us nothing. They had to give us new shoes, new clothes. They didn't have to do nothing, man, but just feed us slop. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because we cursed in the field, man. And guess what? You still in the field because you got to go work a job 8 hours a day. That's still being that's still a slavery. You still a slave. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna drop that. We're gonna go to 28 and 32. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people. And guess what? Your sons and your daughter is gonna be given into another people. Did not that happen to Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians during slavery? You understand? Did not was not they doing that during slavery? She'd have two kids, two, three kids. You understand? And they'd take the dad, keep him, go sell the mom to another plantation, go sell the kids to another plantation. Whole family just separated. These they our family though, and you will never see them again. That's horrible, man. But these are literally the curses that the Lord put on us. The Lord did this because we wanted to be like the oppressor. We wanted to be like the people who hate God. So the God was like, I'm gonna treat you like the people who hate God then, okay? You know what I'm saying? And it said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people. And on top of that, this is what's going on with the Hispanics right now at the border. You understand? This is what with the ICE detention centers. You understand? This is what's going on with Hispanics right now. Like, it's images popping up on Google. Well, they done separated the family and the dad with the son, and you know what I'm saying, and the mom on this side of the cage. They can't even get through the cage, and she got to breastfeed the baby through the damn cage. You understand? Because they separated. Oh, and there's a lot of stories where just in it and just in North America by itself that these people, Hispanics, been over here for 20, 30 years, but they ain't got no green card. They taking them back. They done started families, opened up businesses, own their houses. They taking them away from their family and sending them back to Mexico. When they don't even speak Mexican no more. I mean, speak Spanish no more. You understand? That's exactly what they do. They separating families, man. That's what America is good at. They good at separating these people, man. And it said, what it say? Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And guess what? You're gonna be sitting there and you're gonna be your eyes gonna fail with longing, meaning that you're gonna be wanting to see your kids so bad. You know, so you're gonna be wanting to see little Junior, little Stephanie, little, you know what I'm saying, whatever the hell they name. You're gonna be wanting to see your little children so bad that you're never gonna be able to see them again. You understand? And then that go into the the what is it called when they abduct our women? The sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? They sex trafficking our women and our little brothers and stuff. They send them to all these little small countries and doing whatever the hell they doing. You know what I'm saying? This place needs to be burned, man. This place needs to be burnt with fire. You understand? This place needs to be burnt. But what it say? It said, thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. Like every day you get up, you're just gonna be hoping that you get to see your kid one day. You're gonna be hoping that he can make it out of juvenile hall. He's 15, 16 years old. They charging him with attempted murder. They charge him with home invasion and murder. You understand? You're gonna be hoping one day that you get to see him. You understand? You're gonna be hoping when guess what? It ain't gonna happen. You understand? They're gonna railroad him until he turn 18 and send him to prison and give him life. That's what's going on with the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. But it said your eyes shall look and fail for longing for them all the day long. Meaning that you're gonna want to see them so bad. You're gonna be wanting to just hug them so bad, it ain't gonna happen. You understand? And there shall be no might in thine hand. And guess what? You ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. These other nations are gonna strip your kids from you, strip your kid from when they're born, and you understand, and put them in detention centers and all that, and put them in prison and put them in juvenile hall. And guess what? You're not gonna be able to do nothing about it, man. Because guess what? Hillary Clinton already said that we super predators. You know what I'm saying? They said they need to end the war on drugs. You understand? All these different terms they use to target Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. You're not gonna have no might in your hand, meaning you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. You understand? You ain't gonna be able to do a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Because this country was made like this. You understand? That's it. So let me see. I'm gonna jump down some more. We'll go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 48. Let's see. I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 33. It said, "The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which knoweth not ye eat." It's like it. It said, "The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up." And guess what? All the fruit of your land and all your labors, like I said, we had to pick 500 pounds of cotton a day. You understand? Beans and you understand all our rice and all these different things. We had to pick all these different things and work from sun up to sundown, building railroads. And guess what? We another nation, you understand, gonna be able to eat up all the fruit of our labor, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Like Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, they did this country was stole from the natives. First off, they own reservations somewhere. You understand? They don't own a goddamn thing. But meanwhile, the same people that conquered them, they handed all their wealth and all their assets and everything down to their children from generation to generation. To where the people that conquered the Native American Indians, they have over 80% of the wealth in America, in the world. You understand? They got 80% of wealth in the world. You understand? All from conquering these people, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the Native American Indians is the poorest people in the Western Hemisphere. Nobody's poorer than them. You understand? That's horrible, man. You understand? That's straight horrible. You say it's like it's our juvenile hall and exactly in foster homes. You understand? And then they don't tell them what the hell going on in them damn foster homes. You understand? It's just ridiculous. But all these are curses that the Lord put on us. And what did it say? It said the fruit of thy land and all thy labors. Because guess what? This land that we live in right now, this was the Native American Indians' land. This was Hispanics' land. You understand? Way before Christopher Columbus got over here in 1492. And it said, "All thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up." And guess what? All these other nations that we know not, they eat up our labor. We gotta go to slavery every day, work 60 to 80 hours a week. 60 to 80 hours a week to pay our bills and just to rob Paul to pay Bill. You understand? We gotta do all this, and guess what? These other nations come over here and they steal from from the black community. You understand? They completely rob the black community blind. You understand? And guess what? They eat our labors. We gotta labor every day, working a job from sun up to sundown. You understand? On top of having kid children and whatever the hell we want to do. And guess what? All these other nations, they reap the labor. They reap our labor. You understand? It said, and thou shalt it's like it, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. You see that? Is this not talking about Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians? And it said, what it say? And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. And guess what? We always gonna be oppressed. As long as we think that being a Christian, a Muslim, and trying to be an individual, as long as we think that's the solution, you understand? We always gonna be oppressed, man. You understand? When you make yourself a second class citizen, you oppressing yourself. You oppressing your nation, man. You understand? And guess what? You oppressing yourself and your nation by being, you make yourself a second class citizen by saying that God loves everybody. We should all come together. We should all be one. Don't discriminate. We all human. When you teach them what everybody else on this planet teach, you know what I'm saying? You making yourself a second class citizen. You understand? Because in the meanwhile, while they telling you that, they're trying to make sure that they're better than you. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make sure drugs never come to their community. They trying to make sure that, you know what I'm saying? That's why when black people went through the opioid, the heroin pandemic, I'm saying when everybody was falling on, dying off heroin, overdosing after they came from the war, all the way into the 80s until now, nobody gave a damn. But soon as the oppressor children start dying from fentanyl, you know what I'm saying, and all the fake Percocets and all that type of stuff, then they want to push the line. You understand? Because they don't want to suffer from those curses. You understand? It said, "And thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed always." Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian men, we oppressed in America. That's why you should try. That's why you should think about separating yourself from your oppressor. You understand? I'll bring this all the time. It's just like if this man over here raped this girl, they should be separated. He should never get a chance to even get close to where he can rape this girl again. You know what I'm saying? or for somebody's in an abusive relationship and this dude is beating on his wife every single day, you understand, slapping her, punching her face, giving her black eyes. Everybody gonna tell her that you need to leave him alone. Call the police. You need to separate, take the kids, and you move. We see that in movies all the time. You know what I'm saying? The dude be beating the hell out of his wife, and she done taking it for a few years at a time. And the next you know, she done packed the whole house up and left. You understand? And got up out of there. You understand? You know why? Because everybody agrees that you should not be with the person that's abusing you. And that's the type of mindset that black people should have. We shouldn't be with the people that's continuously taking advantage of us, manipulating us, and abusing us. We should not want to be with these people. You understand? Because guess what? That's the only thing your oppressor been doing since we've been here. We've been in an abusive relationship with him for the past 400 years, man. You understand? It's time for us to get out of that relationship and get in a relationship with the Most High. You understand? And I don't know homo stuff. I'm talking about for having a relationship with him, following his laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's it. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous that we have to teach classes, but we so far and discontinued from our heritage. ISBK really have to teach classes from Monday through Friday, even on Saturday and Sunday. We dare to teach classes or doing something for the community. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how much we did discontinue from our heritage. And on top of that, we care. That's why we do it. We care. You understand? But it said, "Thou shalt be only oppressed." And we only been oppressed in this land, in this kingdom, man. We only been oppressed since we've been here for the last 400 years. But guess what? Your oppressor, he down there at war with the people in the Middle East. But guess what? They able to come over here and not have to worry about getting shot by the police. They able to come over here and open up businesses. You understand? And not get racially profiled. They able to come over here and bring their culture with them. Like nobody looks at an Arab with a turban on and be like, he finna blow something up. Nobody. I'm saying nobody think that. But they look at you and you walk past that car, they gonna hit that lock button. That nigga trying to rob me. Meanwhile, they had war with the Arabs. You know what I'm saying? America then had war with the Chinese man and the Korean man and with Russia. The America is at war with these nations, and guess what? The Russian man is able to come over here and nobody profiles him. Nobody says nothing about him coming from the Soviet Union, and you understand? Nobody does nothing to him. But you, Black, Hispanic, Native American, you will get shot down in the street. You know what I'm saying? You will get cussed out. You will get drinks thrown on you. You get the police called on you for trying to barbecue at the park. You understand? But the Arab man, the Chinese man, the Russian man, America is then at war with all these different nations. And guess what? This doesn't happen to them. You know why it happened to us? Because we under curses. You understand? And on top of that, America's at war with us, and they've been at war with us. You see what I'm saying? They've been one of the oppressors. And it said, it crushed always, man. We black people getting crushed in America. You know what I'm saying? We think we doing something about going to get Louis Vuitton and, you understand, getting PPP loans and EDD and flexing and doing the money thing up your arm and all that. Man, we getting crushed in America. If this was a race to the finish line, then we getting smashed and we getting crushed. You understand? We getting trodden underfoot, like the scriptures say. You understand? I keep reading. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And guess what? We're going to be mad at the sight of our eyes for the things that we see. Like what the scripture say? Scripture say, wisdom, surely oppression make a wise man mad. You know what I'm saying? What is mad? And the ancient word for mad is, what the hell is mad again? It says, surely oppression make a wise man mad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I'm tripping. Insane. That's the word for insane. And mad means insane. You understand? What does it say again? I'll read it again. It said, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And so we're gonna be insane at the sight of our eyes for what we see. Like when we see what's going on in the black community, you know what I'm saying? We insane. The black community is insane. You know what I'm saying? And I go back to the scripture. I said, surely oppression make a wise man mad. Oppression will make you insane, man. That's what that scripture said. Oppression will make you insane. You understand? And that's why you got That's why everybody in the black community, then they got drug abuse. We trying to escape our reality. We trying to do it by any means necessary, man. You understand? It says so that thou shalt be mad for the sign of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and the legs with the. You know what I'm saying? Then it start going on. You see, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. You know what I'm saying? You wonder how black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. You wonder how we got the name Negro, Afro American, African American. You understand? We got those names because the Lord said we was going to become a proverb and a byword. A byword is something that people call you that's not really your name. You know what I'm saying? It's just a word that they just started to call you for whatever reason. You understand? They said, and thou shalt become an astonishment. Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, we astonishment. Like, I'm astonished that the Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian community is still here after surviving 400 years of slavery, the drug epidemic, the heroin epidemic, the abortion clinics. You understand? Black on black violence. Everything. No other nation would have been able to survive the things that we survived. You understand? It said, and thou shalt become an astonishment, man. We are astonishment, man. You understand? And a proverb and a byword, man. We are byword, man. We don't even remember that here. We don't even remember that we Israelites no more. We are byword among all nations which the Lord shall lead thee. All these other nations call us nigger. They call us black. They call us African American. You understand? We are bywords to all these nations. You see, all right, let me see. I'm gonna keep going. Let me see. All right, so look at. Let me jump down. I'm gonna get Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Oh, it's like I'm gonna go to 44. It said, and he shall, it's like he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Like, man, yeah, you get bank loans from the bank, and then they put interest on it, and then next thing you know, nigga, you owe him way more money than what you had got from him previously. But you can't do that to him. You understand? And it said, and shall Shalakia, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Like I said, the scriptures say, if we keep the law, statutes, commandments, he gonna set us on high above all nations. But if we don't keep the law, statutes, commandments, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be under every nation. All these curses is gonna overtake us. You understand? What did it just say right now? It said, and he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Ain't no such thing as everybody coming together and being equal. Somebody has to be at the bottom. And the Lord knows that. And a part of our curse, the Lord says, since you're not obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, they're gonna be the head, and in return, you're gonna be the tail. You understand? Everybody wanna be the head. Like America is the head. They create all these policies and all these laws to keep black people at the bottom. You understand? To keep black people destroyed. You understand? And in return, black people being the tail, we can't do nothing about it. You understand? We got to just continue to adapt to their culture and adapt to their culture until we just totally lose ourselves. You understand? It said, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. And guess what? All these curses have overtaken us, and it came upon us until we destroy. Like black people in America, we are destroyed. Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, we destroyed in America. You understand? We don't know who we are. We don't know what God to serve. We don't know what food to eat. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing prior to the civil rights movement. You understand? We destroyed because thou because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments, his statutes, which he commanded thee. And all this is happening to us in our community is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's because we decided that we did not want to listen to God. So he punished us like any good father would do. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. And guess what? These laws, these curses, these gifts and these curses gonna be upon our seed forever. So no matter where we go, nigga, even if we discontinue from our heritage and become a byword and astonishment, and we don't remember what our nationality is, and we become a Negro, African American, and all these different things, we will still be able to tell who we is because God's curses is on us. No matter what slavery we go to, we know. No matter how much we look like Africans or East Indians or whoever got dark skin, no matter how much the Native American Indians and the Hispanics in the Northern Kingdom look like other nations, they still gonna know who they is because these curses what? And it said, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because these curses gonna be upon us forever until we keep God's laws. So I'm saying, then we all know that the Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, we scattered among all the four corners of the earth. So if you want to know about the Israelites that's in Africa, go to Africa and look for the people that's killing each other, the people that's on drugs, you know what I'm saying, the people that's gang banging. You understand? The people that look for them. 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be Israelites. Go to Italy, look for the black people that's the same thing, on drugs, killing each other, going to jail. You understand? They 9 times out of 10 they Israelites. Because these curses were set upon us no matter what country you went into, no matter what nation you went into slavery to. You was gonna know who you was because these curses. You want, like I said, the America is at war with the Chinese, the Arab man, you understand, and Russia. Like they literally at war with each other damn near. And guess what? They able to come over here and live a peaceful life. But black people, you've been over here, Hispanic people, Native American Indian, you've been over here 400 years, and the police kill you every chance they pull you over. You understand? It's just ridiculous. But you know why it's like that? Because Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians are under curses. You understand? So we're gonna drop that. Let's get 28 and 48. It said, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed you. You see that saying, therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies. Black people in America, we serving our enemies right now. Your oppressor, these other nations are not our friends, man. We serving our enemies right now. You understand? That's one thing you got to get to your head. Which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And guess what? The Lord sent these other nations against us, specifically your oppressor. He sent them against us. You understand? And we got to go to him for everything that we want. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. You understand? And guess what? He's going to put a yoke of iron upon our neck until he have destroyed thee. If you look up slave images right now on your phone, look up slave images, guess what's going to pop up? It's gonna be a black man with a yoke of iron. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a black man with a yoke of iron. First thing pop up. I'll type it up. A black man with a yoke of iron. You understand? Because this is something that actually happened. This is actual history. This is something that actually happened. You understand what it say? And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. You understand? They put a yoke of iron on our neck, and then they took it off once they realized we was destroyed. Like everybody think that they just celebrate Juneteenth, and they think that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. Abraham Lincoln ain't freed no slaves. You know what I'm saying? They made the 13th Amendment stating that basically if you commit a crime, then you a slave again. You understand? We able to pay you however much wages we want to pay you, and you go back into slavery. That was the trick that they pulled on black people. You understand? They never freed no black people. They put that yoke of iron upon our neck, and once they took that off, we forgot who we was. We forgot our culture. We forgot our God. We forgot our heritage. We forgot what we used to eat prior to slavery, what we used to drink. Not what we used to drink, what we used to wear. We forgot everything about our way of life. You understand? Because after they took that yoke of iron off, we was a slave now. You understand? You know what I'm saying? We was a slave now. They didn't have to. We was a symbolic to a damn horse. You understand? We was symbolic to a damn horse, man. You understand? And then the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. And guess what? The Lord said He's gonna bring a nation upon against us as swift as the eagle flieth. If you look at that dollar right now, what animal's on the dollar? The eagle. You go to any type of federal court or any court, on top of that flag, what's on that flag? The eagle. You understand? When America went to the moon, what did they say? The first thing they said the eagle has landed. You understand? This is talking about your oppressor. Period. This is talking about your oppressor, man. You can't get around that. It said, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. And guess what? This nation that he bring against us, so we ain't gonna know his tongue. He ain't gonna regard the person as young or old. That's why you can pull up videos right now with the police throwing an old black woman down to the ground, trying to tase her, talking about she resisting. That's why you can bring up videos like Tamir Rice, who was 11 years old, who got gunned down by the police. You understand? Because they didn't give a damn. They don't give a damn about black people, man. You understand? They don't give a damn about black people. But these are the curses that the Lord put on us for being disobedient. You understand? So we're gonna drop that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way of I spake unto thee. What is Egypt? But first off, America is modern day Egypt. That's why when you look on the back of a dollar, it's a pyramid. Why is another country's symbol on United States currency? Because this is modern day Egypt again. You understand? Not only no, they got black, Hispanic, Native American Indians as slaves, just like the Egyptians did. And on top of that, America looked up to Egypt like a mug. They look up to Egypt like hell. You understand? And what it say? It said, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.